after that incompletion. A little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going for the trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the ground with Smith. He can't bring him down. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well caught. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1. That's fielded in the end zone. Fighting through. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other fire. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket. And
he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And this offense, this new offense, would appear they still have a few kinks to work through.
And isn't that to be expected? It's a unit that hasn't played together in a real game before. So they definitely got some growing pains, Brandon. And this one, it cost them 2 points.
This is taken at about the 14. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Here's Jacob Shum now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And look at this. It's a fake. He's got his man. It's Williams. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going.
Let's go. Let's go. Blue 58. Mirror.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Here we go. Blue
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. On the carry, here's Smith. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Dante Moncrief, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just...
And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They'll drop the throw. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now Cook. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got him. It's the tight end, Cameron. He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Drops it to Blue, complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Alfred Blue taking it in. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Cook looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And they're going to speed things up here.
Let's go.
He's back to throw. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And he's brought down after a good gain. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. To throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey with time running out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
Picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far.
Watch it now, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard. Now let's go.
Now Cook. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Charles Johnson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Throwing, Cook. And that is incomplete. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Brown, the lone receiver left. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll set up a throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. First throw in overtime now for Palmer. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Well, the defense did their job, and then, boom, a one-play drive. The offense does their job pretty well, too.
Is that called rewarding?